This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so now we will be understanding loops. Okay, so before going to the programming in loops, we'll try and understand what exactly is a loop and what we are going to do in the process of looping. Okay, loops in Java. So loops in Java. So whenever we talk about a loop, so a loop in Java program, a loop in a Java program. So what we are talking about here, a loop in a Java program will help us to execute a statement or statements. Okay, so statement or statements. Okay, so statement or statements for, okay, so a, in a Java program or any programming for that matter, or any programming for that matter. So loop is nothing but which will execute a set of statement or statements for some specific number of times. So for some specific number of times means we are going to execute a statement or statements. Yeah, 1 second. Shushita is calling, I guess. Yeah, Shushita. Hello. No, you can you just check? Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Now it's fine, right, Sushita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what we are talking about here is a loop. So we are talking about a loop. So loop is a loop in any programming, not at all, not only in Java programming, in any programming for that matter. A loop is some program component which will help you to execute a statement or statements for some fixed number of times. Okay. So that's what a loop is all about. So in Java, we have four types of loops. Okay, so in Java we have four types of loops. Okay, so first is a while loop. Okay, so first is a while loop. So then we have a do while loop. So do while. Okay, so we have a do while loop. So we have a while loop over here. So here we have a do while loop, and then we have a for loop. So we have for loop, and we also have for each loop, but we will not be talking about this for each loop now. We will be talking about that in arrays. Okay, so for each loop, and we also may have. So we also may have like it's a supplement one because I cannot include that. Okay, otherwise I'll include that here as well. So then we can say nested loops. Okay, so nested loops. So nested loops. So what exactly we are doing over here? I mean, we are working with here. We are going for while loop, do while loop, a for loop, for each loop, and nested loop. So these are the things that we are going to talk about. So first we will start our discussion with a while loop. Okay. So with a while loop. So what is a while loop and how does it execute the statements and all we will check out. So first thing is while loop. So what is a while loop here? So a while loop is okay. So what is a while loop here? So a while loop. Okay. So what is a while loop here? So a while loop is so what is a while loop? A while loop is a kind of a loop which will start at a point, start at a point and continue to execute up to, continue to execute up to an endpoint, continue to execute up to an endpoint, continue to execute up to an endpoint. Okay, so with a specific update, with a specific update. So it is specific update. So what exactly I'm trying to talk about here? Okay, so I'm trying to talk about, okay, so let's have a simple manual example. So then we will try to have the programmatical example here. So here if you observe now, for example, if I am asking you to go for executing the statement. So if I'm asking you to execute the statements like the statement which will have a start point, so which will have an end point. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, so I'm trying to say you are going to execute something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has a start point, right? So it has a start point. So what is the start point here? So start point is, what is the start point here? Start point is 1, end point is 5. So start point is 1, end point is 5, and what is the step here? So step or update is +1. So what is step or update here is +1. Okay, so +1. So what is the start point? So start point is 1. Okay, so +1 is the update. So 1, if you are saying, so 1 plus 1, so you are getting 2. So, and if you are saying 2 plus 1, you are getting 3. If you are saying 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, you are getting 4. If you are saying 4 plus 1, you are getting 5. So, if you are saying 5, so now I don't have to go for 5 plus 1 here because it is an end point. So, now what is the start point over here? Start point is 1. So, start point is 1. So, this is going to be the start point. So, what is the start point here? Start point is going to be 1. And what is the end point here? So end point is 5. So end point is 5, and we have an update. So we have an update. So that update, or you can say step also. So update or step is +1. Okay. So now this is the start point, this is the end point, and this is +1. Okay. Now, basically, suppose if I'm asking you to print 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, I'm asking you to print 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So start point will be 5, end point will be 1, and what is the update here? The update is -1. So 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. So 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, so and it will stop over here. So in that way, you are going for, so in that way you are going for the, so you are going for the specific update. You are going for the specific update. So what exactly we are trying to do here? So we are trying to have, so we are trying to have some kind of, so we are trying to have some kind of uh, initialization. So specifying the starting point is known as the initialization. Okay. So specifying the endpoint is known as the condition. Okay. Specifying the endpoint is known as the condition. Specifying the update or specifying the step, we call it as general update or step. Okay, so general update or a step. So what exactly I am talking about here? So I'm talking about, okay, in a loop. So in a while loop, rather, in a while loop, in a while loop. So we set the start point as, we set the start point as initialization. So we set the start point as initialization. So we need to set the start point as initialization. Okay, the end point as, the end point as condition. So the end point as condition. So what is the start point here? Start point is the initialization. End point is condition. Okay, and the step, okay, or the step, uh, step or updates, and the step or update for for the flow sequence, or I should say for the execution sequence, for the execution sequence. Okay, for the execution sequence. Okay, so in a while loop we set the start point as initialization, end point as condition, and step or update for the execution sequence. Okay, for the execution sequence. Okay, so now how we initialize, how we put the condition, and how we go for the step. Okay, so now here one more point we need to understand here is the condition, I mean the loop will iterate, the loop will iterate until, the loop will iterate until the condition, until the condition is, once the condition becomes false, once the condition becomes false, okay, the loop exits. Once the condition becomes false, the loop exits. Okay, so once the condition becomes false, the loop exits. Okay, so once the condition becomes false, what happens? The loop exits. So when will be the loop, when the loop will be uh, so when the loop will be exiting, the loop will be exiting when the condition is, when the condition becomes false. When the condition becomes false. Okay. So in that way, we are going to take the things into consideration. So okay. Now, so let us understand programmatically. So let us understand programmatically how it goes. Okay. So programmatically how it goes, we will try and understand. Okay, so now for this what we have to do is, so we have to insert. Okay, so we have to insert, so insert the table. So here we'll say syntax. Okay, so syntax, here we will have the control flow. Here we'll have the control flow. Okay, and we have the example. So we have the example. So syntax, control flow, and example. So syntax, control flow, and example. Okay, so what we are trying to do here, we are trying to have the syntax. Okay, so we're trying to have the syntax. So how the syntax will look like? Syntax will look like, it will it will have the initialization, the condition, and the update. Okay, so it will have the initialization, update, and this. Okay, so how we can go for it? So we can go for initialization first. So we can go for the initialization. Okay, so we can go for the initialization, and here we will write while. Okay, so in the bracket you write condition. So in the bracket you write condition, and we can go for the statements. We can go for the statements, and here we can go for the update. Here we can go for the update. So now basically initialization, as I told you, will be the start point. So condition is nothing but which will be either true or false. So what I told you, the loop will go on until the condition is true. Okay, so how can I uh, show you with the flow chart? I'll go for the flow chart, then you'll understand clearly. Okay. So for this, what I need to do is I need to go for a start point. Okay, so start point. So after the program starts, then we will have the initialization done. Then we'll have the initialization done. So after the initialization is done, we will have a condition. We will have a condition. Okay. So that condition will be either true or false. That condition will be either true or false. If the condition is true, so if the condition is true, we will have the statements executed. Okay, so we will have the statements executed. Okay, so once the statements get executed, we will have the update. We will have the update, and after the update again, the condition will get executed. So this is the whole process. Okay, so condition is true, again statement, update, again condition is true, again statements, update. So this process will go on until the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, we will be out of it. Okay, so we will be out of it. So when the condition becomes false, so it will exit. Okay, so what this will do? So this will be the exit of while. So this will be the exit of while. So what I told you? So I told you that we will have the initialization. We'll have the initialization. Initialization means the initial value basically. So initialization means the initial value. Once we give the initial value, so once we have the initial value, so we will take that initial value, and then we will be trying to go for initialization. Initialization means we have, okay, so we have uh, the uh, first value, the initial value, then we have the condition. So then we have the condition. So condition will be either true or false. If it is true, the statement gets executed, and once the statement gets executed, then we can go for the update. Again, the conditions is this way. We need to design, or we need to develop the initialization code, the condition code, the statements, and the update, right? Okay, now we'll look at the same examples what we have done here. So 1 to 5. I want to print this 1 to 5. If I have to print this 1 to 5, okay, so here I will say print 1 to 5. So print 1 to 5. So I want to print 1 to 5. So what exactly I will do over here is, so I will go for, so if I want to print 1 to 5, what I will do, I will go for, okay, let me go here directly. Okay, so then here we will take up, okay, so we will create a new package. So we'll right click here. So we will say a package. So don't worry about what is a package and all, I'll tell you later. So package is now a collection of Java classes for now. Okay, so then right click here, say new class, and I will put this as loops demo. So loops demo. So here I will say public static void main, because that will execute the thing. So here I will put it this way. I will try to cancel this. Okay. Okay. So now here I would like to go for. Okay. So first thing that I need to take up is initialization, right? So initialization. So int I is equal to 1. Okay. So int I is equal to 1. I will say while I less than or equal to 5. Means what is my meaning over here? Uh, you go on until 5. You go on until 5. Okay. So once you go beyond 5, you come out. I mean, you exit. So that's what the point. Okay. So here what we will say. So here we will say system dot out dot println. So I value, and here I would say I plus plus. You can say I plus plus. You can say I is equal to I plus one. Okay. So you can say I is equal to I plus one. So you can say something like I plus equal to 1. So no matter what. So no matter whatever what you are using. So it doesn't matter what you are using. It only matters is it is incremented by 1. Okay. So okay. So what we are doing here. So we went for initial value. This is initialization. So this is initialization. Okay. What is this? Initialization. Okay, so initialization, and this is condition, and this is statement. So just commenting because as it is a first program, and this is going to be update. This is going to be update. Okay, so that's how it goes. Now we will execute this and we will run it. Okay. So once we run this, so what we are looking at, the execution of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let me give you an idea how exactly it executes. Because once I give you the idea, you will get to know how that executes in the background. Okay, so means just I'll have a flow chart for this. That's it. Okay, so now here I said start of the program. So where I is equal to 1 means I got the value 1. Okay, I got the value 1. Then I said I less than or equal to 5, which is nothing but the condition. So here it would be either true or false. Okay, so either true or false. If it is true, so we said you print I. So we said you print I, right? So we said you print I. And once you print I, then again, what is the update here? So update is going to be I plus plus. Okay, so update is going to be I plus plus, and then again here you go for it. Okay, so this process will go on until this is true, right? So until this is true, so simply you are saying so true. So and you come out when it becomes false, right? Okay. So now how it works? Now I value is 1. So it is nothing but 1 less than or equal to 5. So is it right? Yes, it is right. So it goes with this flow. And what it prints? It prints the value 1. Okay, then it comes here I plus plus. I plus plus means I value will become I is equal to I plus 1. What is I value? 1. So 1 plus 1 it becomes 2. So I value has become 2 now. So I value has become 2. So I value has become 2. And then again it goes. So again it checks 2 less than or equal to 5. It is right again. Then again it goes here. So it will print 2. Then again it goes here. So what is I value here? I is equal to I plus 1 again. I is equal to I plus 1. What is I value? I value is 2. 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. So I value becomes 3. Then again you go for this. So then this would be 3 less than or equal to 5. Okay, so 3 less than or equal to 5. So then again it will print 3 values. So then I plus plus. So obviously I will become I is equal to I plus 1, which is nothing but 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. So I becomes 4. Okay, so I becomes 4. So again it goes here. So 4 less than or equal to 5. So that is also true. So it will print 4. Then you come here I plus plus. I plus plus means I becomes obviously I plus 1, which is nothing but 4 plus 1, 5. So I became 5 now. So 5 less than or equal to 5 is also true. is also true. Again come here, so you print the value 5, then again you go here, so I is equal to I plus 1, so 5 plus 1 is going to be 6, so I becomes 6. Okay, so 6 less than or equal to 5 is false, so then you come here and just go out of the while, so go out of the while. So in that way you are trying to have, the full, okay, so you are trying to have the full flow. Okay, so you are trying to have the full flow. So this is the way that the things goes, right? So it all depends on what is your initial value, what is your condition, and what is your update. Okay, anything you can go for, anything you can go for. Now for example, if I want to if I want to print uh, uh, today's date. Okay, so if I want to print, okay, so or else I will want to print today's day. Okay, so today is Friday, right? So I want to print that, means, so simply what you can do, instead of I, you can say Friday. That's it. Instead of I, you can say Friday. So there is no need, you have to use, there is no need of using that I value. So there is no need of using that I value. I value is not mandatory yet. So I value is not mandatory at all. So you can write a program without using that I value also. Okay. So I value will be there anyway, but the skeleton is important here. So what is important? The skeleton of the, or the logic is important. So what is not important? Executing the I value or not is not important. Okay. In that way, you are looking at the while loop. Okay, now for example, if I want to go from 5 to 1, so I should say 5, and here I should say greater than or equal to 1. Then okay, so now what I'll do is I will print Friday also, and I will print I also. Okay, so Friday also I'm printing, and I'm printing I value also. Okay, Friday also I'm printing the I value also. So what exactly happened here? So Friday I, so here what I'll do is I will just take away this. Okay, so, and I'll take away this also. Okay, and I'm using I is equal to I plus 1. So same thing. uh, so let me run this. Oh, sorry. So this goes to infinite loop because this will never become true. So this will never become true. So that's why it's going into infinite loop. We'll talk about that. So here I need to go for I is equal to I minus 1. I minus 1. So what exactly happened here? So we have, okay, so what is the initial value now? So initial value is 5. So we said 5 is greater than or equal to 1, obviously true. So it will come inside, it will print Friday. And what is the value of I now? I value is 5. So Friday 5. So then I is equal to I minus 1. So this is 4. So 4 greater than or equal to 1. Okay, 4 greater than or equal to 1. Okay, so 4 greater than or equal to 1. So then again you come inside. So Friday with 4. So then Friday with 3, 2, 1. Okay, it goes on like this. And once it gets to 0, 0 greater than or equal to 1, so that will be false, right? So that will be false, and once it is false it will come out. Okay, so in that way you are looking at, the points of execution. So always remember, the skeleton is really important. So skeleton is really important. So whatever you can do inside you can do, but as I told you, skeleton is important. So once you have designed your skeleton perfectly, so this can be anything, but once you have the skeleton decided, so that will be very important. Okay, so now why I'm saying that skeleton is important and all is, okay, so but before that, when I was doing this, okay, so when I was doing this, uh, accidentally I did not change it, but when I did that, so something happened like this, right? Something happened like this. So what exactly is happening here? So what exactly is happening here? This is known as an infinite loop. So what is this? So this is an infinite loop. Why we are getting that infinite loop? Okay. So here I'll talk about infinite loop. A loop that never ends. Okay. A loop that never ends is said to be an infinite loop. A loop that never ends is said to be an infinite loop. So this happens when the condition is always true. When the condition is always true. So this happens when the condition is always true. Now, for example, here in this program, how it has uh, become an infinite loop, we will see. So I said 5 is greater than or equal to 1. Okay. So then it goes inside, it will print Friday 5, and then it says I is equal to I plus 1, means 5 plus 1 will go into I. So it becomes 6, right? So again, 6 greater than or equal to 1. So 7 greater than or equal to 1. 8 greater than or equal to 1. So it will never become false. It will never become false. Why it will never become false? It will never become false. It will never become false because it will never become false because we are writing an update which will be increasing the value of I. So and in the condition what we wrote, so we wrote increase the value, I mean compare it with 1. So never you get a number to get it false. Okay. So that is what the point is here. Okay. So and how you are getting the false over here, because we said I minus 1. So means 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When it becomes 0, so then it will be false. Okay. So in that way, you take it to the infinite loop. Okay. You can take it to the infinite loop. So generally we can make, okay, so we can also make, okay, we can also make, okay, like the point. So we can deliberately make the loop infinite. Okay, we deliberately make the loop infinite using while true. Okay, using while true, and here you can have the statements. Okay, so this also makes it an infinite loop. So this also makes it an infinite loop. So this is deliberately making it. Okay, so you keep it true here. So then you go for, okay, so I'll take off the update. So then you can run this, and you will see all 5555 only, because we said true, right? So we said true means it will go on executing the same statement. It will go on executing the same statement. Okay, so it will go on executing the same. This is deliberately making it. Okay, deliberately making it. Sometimes it is useful also to execute n number of statements without any conditions or anything. So that's how we deal with the. So that's how we deal with the infinite loop as well. Okay, so infinite loop as well. So here we are talking about. So here we are talking about the while loops, and as I told you, inside the while loop you can have any logic. Okay. Now develop a program for finding the sum of first n natural numbers. So first n natural numbers. Okay, so first n natural numbers. Now the point is here. So you'll ask the user to enter a number. Okay, so enter a number. So suppose the user is entering something like 3. Okay, so user is entering something like 3. So now the result should be like 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. Okay, so what I should get here? Sum of first three natural numbers. So sum of first three natural numbers is 6. Okay. Now for example in the second run the user is giving something like 6. Okay, so here you should get sum of the 6 natural numbers, I guess, is 21. Okay, so if I'm not wrong, so it is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, so yeah, 21. Okay, so in that way you want to have this. Okay, so for this what I have to do is I have to go for some n value. So in order to get the n value, so I can take int n is equal to, so int n is equal to uh, s dot next int. So how can I uh, take that s values? S values from the scanner, of course. So scanner s is equal to new scanner. Okay, and what you have to say here? You have to say system dot in. So system dot in. So here you say system dot in, but it is from a inbuilt package, right? It is from a inbuilt package. So you need to import that. Okay, you need to import. So you have imported that, and then uh, as for the required output, so we will say system dot out dot println. Okay, enter n, enter n. So enter n. So enter n. So and here what you have to do is so you have to start I less than or equal to n. So what is I value? I value is always 1 because the start point is 1, right? Start point is 1. So here I will say int I is equal to 1. I is equal to 1. I will say I less than or equal to n. N is what you have given. Okay, so what you have given. So natural numbers always starts with 1, right? Okay, and first of all, as I've told you, we will make the skeleton ready. So skeleton is ready. Okay, so skeleton is ready. So what we need to do now? So we need to go for something like sm is equal to sm plus 9. So what is this sm basically? Sm is a variable which will store the sum value. Okay, so which will store the sum value to 0. So it will store the sum value to 0. So sm value to 0. So and it is one that is responsible for storing all the values. So the system dot out dot println sum is equal to, so I will say, or else okay, we are expecting this one, right? So what I will do is I will go for, okay, so sum of, okay, sum of first 6. So how will I get this 6? So here you would say plus, so that n is nothing but that 6. Okay, so 6 or 3 or nothing. N natural numbers is 21. So how will I get the 21 here? So 21. So 21 I will get. So 21 I will get Sm. Okay. So 21 I will get Sm. So in that way you are looking at the things. Okay. So in that way you are looking at the things. So what exactly we are trying to here? So we are trying to say control F11. So enter here. So suppose if I'm saying 3, so 3 I get, okay, so I think some long space here. So save this again. So control F11. So I will say 3. So sum of first 3 natural numbers is 6. Okay. And we also may take, okay, I'll explain this code. Don't worry. So we also may take, so here I will say 6. Okay. Sum of 6 natural numbers is obviously 21. So 21. So how come I'm going to get these results? So we will try and understand. So as I told you, the skeleton is really, really important. So once you create the skeleton perfectly, so then the output is matter of minutes. Okay. So now what exactly happening? Okay. So we have three variables here. So n variable, we have the I variable, and we have the sm variable. Okay. So we have the n variable, we have the I variable, and we have the sm variable. Okay. So here, when I'm saying n, so when I'm saying n, first time you are taking 3, right? Okay. And I is the starting point always, so we will have it 1. And some we have taken 0, right? Some we have taken 0. So now if I'm saying I is equal to 1, sm is equal to 0, so we start with 1. 1 less than or equal to n. What is n here? N is 3. Okay. So 1 less than or equal to 3 is right. So it comes over here. What it will do? It will say Sm is equal to Sm plus I. So Sm is equal to Sm plus I. So what is Sm over here? Sm is going to be 0 plus. What is I value? I value is going to be 1. So now at the end of the day, Sm become 1. Okay. So 1. So then again I plus plus. I plus plus means I value gets increased by 1. Okay. I value gets increased by 1. So then again 2 less than or equal to 3, so come inside. So Sm is equal to Sm plus I. Sm is, so what is Sm here? Sm is going to be, what? 1. So now I will say 1 plus 1. So what is 1 plus 1 here? Sm is 2. So Sm has become 2 now. Okay. So 2, oh not 2, so it is 1 plus 2, right? So Sm has become 3, right? Okay. Then again next node. So now I value has become 3. So again Sm is equal to Sm plus I. What is Sm value? Sm value is going to be 3. I value is going to be 3. So 3 plus 3 is going to be 6. So Sm value has become 6. Okay. So then again I plus plus. So this will become 4. So 4 less than or equal to, so 4 less than or equal to 3, false. So false means it will come out. So after coming out, it says that sum of first, so it will exactly print the same. So it will print exactly the same. Okay, so then n. N means it will fetch the value from here. Okay, so it will fetch the value from here. Okay, sum of first, say n is 3 as we have seen, and then natural numbers is 6. Why I am getting 6? Because Sm is 6. Okay, so in that way, you are looking at the sum of the first n numbers. So in this way, we are having, the while loop. Okay, so while loop. So we can do anything for that matter. So any kind of code we can execute it in this particular way only. Okay, so in this particular way only, you have to go for, the while. So skeletons, as I've told you, are really, really important. Once you have the skeleton perfectly placed, so perfectly placed, so then it will be able to give you the right ones. Okay, so that's the way we go for it. And next we will try and understand uh, the so we'll try and understand uh, the do while loop. So do
Sir,
while loop. Yeah, yeah.
Sir, can you please explain why did you use scanner and the package?
Uh, so basically here package means it's a collection of classes. Okay, collection of classes, because I want to streamline. Like for example, uh, I want to put all my loop program in one folder. So for now, just think that a package is a folder. Okay. So
Okay.
we haven't went into the discussion of what is package, why we are using package and all. So just now, for now, the understanding is package means, for now understanding is package means a folder. So all my basic programs in the basic pack folder, all my loop programs in the loops pack folder. Okay, so just a folder. Okay. Now here we are using scanner. So what is the scanner? So scanner is okay. So what is the scanner here? Scanner is to take the inputs. Scanner is to take the input. So we have to take the inputs. Now, for example, I want to take an integer. Okay, so I want to take an integer. Next int is the method. Okay, now for example, to print, how we use to print ln. Okay, so for taking the next int from the console. Okay, so for taking the next int, I mean for taking an integer from the console. Now here 6 I have taken, right? So this 6 I
Yeah.
want to store it in n. Okay, so if I want to store that 6 in n, I have to use the nextInt method of scanner class. So scanner class means, so scanner s is equal to new scanner. So system.out will give you the output, right? So system.in will take the input. So it is helping this 6 to go into n, okay, from the console. Okay, so generally what we take, we generally write n is equal to 6. Okay, but instead of that, what we are asking the programmer to take, I mean, we're asking the user to take the number from the console. Okay, because any number can be given, right? So any number, so now, for example, if I'm saying first 5 natural numbers means, so 5 is fixed. So n natural numbers means n can be anything. So n can be anything. So now, for example, you can take 50. I can take 100. Somebody can take 500. So it can be any number, right? It can be any
Yeah.
number. So that is why it's an imaginary number. So in order to make that imaginary number to be given from the console, we are using this scanner. Okay. So
Yeah.
integer, if you want to take, you can take next int. If you want to take float, you can use float. Okay, if you want to take double, you can take double. So in that way, you can take whatever values you want. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is inbuilt class basically. Okay, and this
Sir,
is
we
inbuilt.
have to use the import statement for that, right?
Yes, it's exactly. So for using this, we need to import that. Okay, so that will be in our Java environment. So we need to import that in our program. So then only we will be able to use it. Otherwise, we can't.
Sir,
Got it?
java.util, is it a package or else a class?
Yes, it's a package. It's a package. So
Oh,
java.util is a folder. So simply for now, java.util. Okay, Java is a main folder. Util is a subfolder. Okay, so under Java folder we have a util folder, and under that util folder we have a scanner class.
okay.
Okay, so like our loops demo class is in loops pack, right? So in the
Yeah.
same way we have this scanner under java.util package. Clear now?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. So that's how we are taking the inputs. Okay. Uh, okay. So now, whenever I want to, suppose for example, I want to have the factorial. So generally, what is factorial? Factorial is something like uh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 means what I require now. So I require my program to do a product, right? So to do a product. So here I will say product. Okay. So for example, factorial of 5 I'm saying. Where I will start with, I will start with n, okay, greater than or equal to 1, okay, because I want to go in reverse, right? Now I want pr is equal to pr into I. So pr is equal to pr into I. Okay, so and I should say I minus minus over here. Okay, so factorial of, okay, so for example I'm writing in the same way. Factorial of n is, okay, n is, so factorial of n is pr. Okay, so in our view, so this should be the answer, and I don't require this I for now. And let me run this, and let me take a number. Okay, 1 second. So here I should write n, not I. Here I should write n, and here also n minus minus. So save it. So control F11. So I'll say 5. And now you see factorial of 0 is 0. Okay, so here I should say 1. So factorial of 0, 5 is 120. But I was expecting to get, I was expecting to get 5 over here. Factorial of 5 is 120. Okay. So how this happened? Okay. So how you got 0? So you can analyze. Okay. So but I will tell you why it has happened. You can analyze and get the answer, no problem. But if I have to tell you, you have to wait until the next session, because I'll reveal that why it happens. Okay, in our next session, and we will go for do while. We'll go for the other loops also. And what about tomorrow? Are we going to meet? Because it's a Saturday weekend, right? So are we going to meet Gangareddy, Shushita?
Yes, sir. The same time.
Yeah, no issues, right? Tomorrow?
No, right? No, sir.
No, no. Okay.
Sir,
What?
can you explain once how to use a package or class generally to write a code, for
No, no.
instance?
You don't worry about that. That I did not explain for to Gangareddy also, because
Okay.
we are now concentrating on the logics first. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
that all package, importing, everything, we I have to explain. I'm first concentrating on the logics. Okay, so
Okay,
once
sir.
we have the logics understood, all the discussion will be done. Okay, we did not discuss anything about this. Only we are interested in this section only for now.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, then thank you, Gangareddy, thank you, Sushita. I need to attend another meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Thank you.